Hey, SallyBC here, and today I'm doing a video on Transformers Age of the Prime's leader Onyx Prime, 8th of the 13 Primes. So here he is in his Beast Mode, the first and hopefully last of the Primes that will have a Beast Mode. And this thing looks crazy. It's some kind of six-legged dragon, but it's kind of horse-like with these hooves and hands. Wish these could have folded away and been replaced with another set of hooves. His head is awesome. It's very unique, super spiky. His wings are quite nice. The organic texturing on the back is a lovely touch. I feel like his tail stands out a bit. It looks very blade-like. Unfortunately, the robot mode skirt piece is just kind of dangling there in between the legs. There is some weapon storage. You can plug his spear into the top of his wing, or if you split it in half and reattach them together, you can attach it to his back. I feel like both of those options are kind of dumb. For articulation, there's a ball joint at the head, an opening mouth. If you detach the neck, it can look up. Front legs can go forward and back on two separate hinges and outwards. An elbow bend, a bicep swivel, wrist swivel, closing hands. Wings go up and down, back and forth a little, and they open. There's a slight upwards in the torso. Middle legs go forward and back and out. Thigh swivel, two different knee bends, and the foot can go down. There is a waist swivel and an upwards at the tail, and the back legs can go forward and back. Out. There's a thigh swivel. Again, there's two knees, and there's an ankle pivot. Probably unsurprising, but the alt mode uses a lot of robot mode articulation, and it's unfortunately not super easy to get it into a pose. Now, this isn't the only configuration for this mode. If you move the front legs out a bit, then take the middle ones, move them up and spin them around, then fold them flat, and then sort of just position them around the front ones, they will clip in here. And then you move the front legs back down. You get Onyx in his four-legged dragon thingy mode. And this just looks so much better. It's much more cohesive. The articulation is pretty much the same. It removes one of the forwards at the legs, and it locks away the upwards at the waist. But it does add a slight butterfly. He is much easier to pose like this though. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, another leader beast former, Kingdom Megatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Age of the Prime's Alchemist Prime, along with the other Primes, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. On to transformation, you're actually going to want to start by folding these legs back out. Then you want to fold this entire section up. This piece will fold down. Twist the hands around. Unclip the beast head and that will just fold down on the back. This piece will come down on a double hinge and then you just flip up the head. And after that simple and satisfying transformation, here is Onyx Prime in his Centaur mode. And this just looks awesome. It's not super accurate to his Covenant of Primus design, but I think it gets the vibe across. He could definitely do with a longer back section and longer legs. I also think his shoulders are a bit far apart. It'd be nice if you could compress them in. The head is very wrong, and from what I can find, it's not a reference to anything like Primer was. I imagine it's to get it to fit for transformation, but they could have made his triptych mask a removable piece. That being said, I do think this head looks pretty cool. With the bird beak and lower jaw, looks awesome. And he does technically have the triptych mask in the form of his spearhead. Kinda weird that they chose this route, but it does look cool. You can slide it into his hand, but it is a little loose. Instead, it's got these pegs that clip into his fingers. It does look a bit like it's floating in his hand, but it is a really nice accessory. He does come with another weapon. If you pull his tail off and fold it open, it becomes a bow, and you can plug the spear into it to use it as an arrow, though it can be kind of annoying to get him posed correctly holding it. But once you do, it can look great. For articulation, there's a ball joint at the head and a hinge that allows him to look up. The arms are pretty much the same. Some things are just angled in slightly different directions. For example, he has a forward and backwards butterfly instead of two forward joints. One thing I will say about the arm is that this one likes to pop off sometimes, and you can see there's a pretty nasty stress mark there, so that's definitely concerning. I think it might have something to do with the gauntlet sort of colliding with the forearm, or the bicep even. There's a downwards at the waist, and the legs and wings are the same from alt mode. He's definitely fun to pose, but I'm not sure how much of that comes from his articulation or just from the fact that he's a centaur. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, another leader class beast former, Kingdom Megatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Age of the Prime's Alchemist Prime, along with the other Primes, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. I feel like I've said this in every video on the Prime so far, but I would have liked this guy to be bigger, much bigger. Probably about like a head taller than Primer. But considering I would have wanted Primer to be a little bit taller, about the same size as 86 Prime, that would place Onyx at about being the same size as 86 Magnus. So that's like 2 heads taller on Onyx. That is quite a big size difference that I would have wanted him to be. Eventually, I might actually do a video going over how tall I'd want each of the primes to be, but I'll probably wait till all the primes are out for that. So give it like a year or so. Now you might think that's it for Onyx, but it's actually not, because Hasbro decided to also give him a regular robot mode. So let's transform. So you want to start by just moving these legs out the way, move this up a bit. You want to come to these legs and extend them down. Rotate them down, flip out the heels. Then you want to take this entire section and move it up. Swing these legs back around and over the arms. Detach the tail and it will actually attach in underneath here. That feels unnecessary, but whatever. And finally, you will open up the jaw on the head to reveal his face. And here is Onyx in his robot mode. And he really does look cool. For a design that Hasbro pulled out of thin air, this thing has some real sauce. I absolutely adore how the mouth of the mask opens to reveal his face. Such a cool idea. And I love how the front centaur legs wrap around the chest. They're much more visible in this mode compared to the beast mode. The way the legs extend is simple but really effective. And I love that they're digitigrade, keeping that beast styling. His wings still look great, giving him some real presence. Nothing about his weapons or articulation is new, but it's much easier to get him into cool poses in this mode, considering he is a more typical humanoid. For comparison, here is Earthrise Optimus Prime, another leader class beast former, Kingdom Megatron, a Lego minifigure, my previous Transformers video, Age of the Primes Alchemist Prime, along with the other primes, and Earthrise Optimus Prime. He definitely feels better sized in this mode, still not quite as large as I'd like him to be, and it's also not his Centaur mode, which is the mode that I'm going to keep him in, and I imagine most people will, since that is kind of his design. Ultimately, this guy is sick. A really cool representation of beast formers in general, and just super fun to mess with, even if he is drastically undersized. But let's see what other people think. Cybertron's good, retooled fodder. Oh, and I guess Onyx is cool too. I think he's a great size for a leader. Colors could be better, but looks good. Peak. Cool toy. He's amazing, and I love him. He's my little dragon son. He's fudging cool looking. Only one issue. Wish he was colored after the IDW Shockwave. Thoughts on Onyx Prime? From when he was first revealed, I immediately liked how he looked. He looked awesome in every mode and angle, and he has a nice cool design that fits the first Beast Transformer. And although I don't have him yet, I definitely plan on getting him in my collection. Yesterday I was seeing some reviews about Onyx Prime, particularly about the Griffin/Dragon mode, and it's pretty cool, but I do see the complaints people have made on him about his 6 legs, but you also have the option to put the extra set of legs back, so there's only 4, which is pretty cool. In all other aspects, I find him pretty cool, although I wish they painted both sides of the triptych mask. And for me, I think my favourite mode out of the 3 he has is Centaur mode. It's simply the coolest. And finally, his head is extremely detailed. I like it a lot. Make sure to tell me what you think in the comments. But that's about it for this video, so I guess that's Salut BC out. Next time is the 12th Prime, because the 9th, 10th and 11th aren't out yet.